Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good Wednesday. I seem to say this every single week, but that's because every single week we audit your channels and nothing changes this week. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
Hello everybody, welcome to vidIQ. My name is Rob. If this is your first time here, we have a YouTube tool and channel that aims to educate you on your YouTube journey. If you haven't already downloaded the tool, there is a link in the video description to download that. And as always, we are joined by one of our esteemed vidIQ auditors, and joining us in the house today is the legendary original gangster, as we now call him here at vidIQ auditor, Jeremy. Introduce yourself, so hopefully the audio is working, because I forgot to test that, fingers crossed.
Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Yeah, it looks like it's working good. All right, folks, what I want to do this week with the shout-outs is we are only going to shout out your name if you say where you are in the world and what time it is, so that's going to force people to type a little bit slower so we can follow those shout-outs. So tell us where you are in the world and what time it is, and we will say hello to you in the chat. Along with our moderators, this bite's for you, who's in here, and also Travis. But hello to the following people that include Slavgard in Texas, it's 1 p.m. there. Fingertip Phil in the UK, 7 o'clock there. Life Ladder in Canada, it's noon for you. And this completely failed, Jeremy, because it's all going super fast. Anyway, but I tried my best. Andy HHHDX in England, it's 7 o'clock there for you. Ballistic Mallard in Michigan, 2 o'clock for you. And we also have Mr. Sachs, I think he's in Brazil, and it's 3 p.m. there. Jeremy, do you have any chance of reading any of these out? Let's give it a shot.
Sure. I just missed my place. It's going so fast. Hey, that's a good thing though, right?
Yeah, it is. We always love as many as possible who join us on the live stream.
Wow, it's just going so fast. All right, Michigan, JB Kindness at
there we go.
2 o'clock. Mexico, Dat Mexican Boy. Do you like that?
Love it.
5 p.m. Life by Ashley is 2 o'clock. And that's all I got.
And finally, saying hello to Big Chungus well, you're in the USA. That's quite a big place, but it's 2 p.m. wherever you are. Exuta in Jamaica, I think that was 1 p.m. Matro Plays in Belgium, it's 8 p.m. there. And finally, we are saying hello to the Backwards Land in Kentucky, 1 p.m. there. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the vidIQ Tuesday Audit live stream. If you're new here, this is what we do every Tuesday. There is a link in the video description. If you go to that link, there is a form. You submit your channel name, your URL link, and the subscriber count, and what your channel's about, and we will add it to the list, and we will try and audit as many channels as we do every single week. I always like to play this game with Jeremy because we always get it terribly wrong. Jeremy, how many submissions do we already have for channel audits this week?
12.
103. So this week, Jeremy, is 91 away. So we do apologise if we can't audit all of your channels this week. Super chats do not guarantee you a review. While very welcome, we don't want to create a financial barrier for these channel audits. Do not ask for reviews in the live chat, because to be honest, Jeremy and myself are not looking at the live chat as we look at channels, and our moderators don't appreciate it because it just clogs up the chat. Apologies in advance if we cannot audit your channel. As I've already said, we've had 103 submissions already. Jeremy, though, tell us, why should you stick around on this audit for the whole live stream, even if you don't get your channel audit? I love the way Jeremy always explains this every single week.
Sure. The trick is not about us auditing your channel, but it's actually about learning how we do these audits so you can apply them to yourself, your friends, your family, and everyone else. If you really study the way we do these audits, you're going to see a pattern. We're going to be repeating ourselves over and over and over again. And taking that knowledge and being able to do audits yourself is going to be a lot more beneficial, because you can internalize that information and apply it to your channel.
Boom. And did you notice I managed to change the name above Jeremy's head while he was saying that, so it actually says his name and not Travis's? Our opinions are based off of first impressions. So if we're struggling to understand what the channel's about in the first couple of minutes, maybe that's a problem your audience has as well. And sometimes we get it completely wrong because we're just new to the channel or new to the topic, and some of the suggestions we may say might not work for you, but that's all right. If you learn what they are, understand them, practice them, and they don't work, then you can try something completely different. And all of the experience we give you on a live stream every single week is from our personal experience as video creators. We are going through the dilemma, the struggle, the journey, just like you, and we want to help grow your channel. All right, Jeremy, with all that being said in what I think's double super quick time, are you ready to actually audit some channels today?
Yes.
The enthusiasm is just overflowing from Jeremy as usual. I'm kidding, of course. We like a bit of banter, but we are ready and pumped as always. Jeremy, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so the first channel we are going to audit this week, if I do my transition just before we start, is something that I think we may be a little more, I don't know what's the word, strict or critical of, because it's a channel all about graphic design. So you would imagine that such a channel that's called Venn Gauge, I think, 2,500 subscribers, would be pretty good at thumbnails and branding and constructing a channel. And if we take first impressions here, Jeremy, I think we can pretty much agree that we can understand what this channel is about immediately through the icons and the graphs and the colouring, but it is about trying to tell stories through infographics and imagery. What would we generally say about this channel to begin with?
All in all, I would say it's pretty. You know, they have a nice color theme going on with blues and greens.
Similar vidIQ blue there, I noticed.
Definitely have, you know, big faces where you can see the whites of eyes and expression and emotion. So all in all, I would say it's a clean design. It seems to be awesome. The things that I'm picking up quickly though is I think it's just way too much text.
I agree with you. Isn't it ironic that the channel banner, which is super colorful and not that much text for a banner, but then we get into the thumbnails and we're not really seeing the infographics, the visual storytelling in the thumbnails, which is a great point.
Yeah, that's definitely a good challenge for you guys. Our challenge to you is to do your data visualization and your infographic philosophies in your thumbnails and take and replace those with 1 or 2 words maximum. The visual storytelling element of what a data visualization does is going to be more powerful than words most of the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just scrolling down here a little bit. We can see that the channel, I think, was around for a few years ago, and then they've stopped and then kicked things back into gear roughly about a year ago. And we can see the thumbnail evolution that's going on here. Any general thoughts about strategy? Well, the one thing I was thinking of here is, would you be able to merge infographics into popular culture? Like, you might want to talk about mind maps made easy, but you could use, for example, the Women's World Cup as a recent event that's going on to just add a bit of search intent, and obviously going back a little bit more Spider-Man or Game of Thrones, that type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm a nerd and a former recovering designer, I could talk all day about this channel, but the couple of things I would say is, one, by the way, my light's trying to go out. I don't know why. So if I get all dark, you'll know why. Oh yeah, you don't see my face. It doesn't matter.
You do not, no.
So
not to Thea.
One thing I would say is trends and data visualization. Those trends, I actually using video infographics to take on trending topics in pop culture, like Rob said, or anything else, would be a good strategy to actually show off your business of data visualization and infographics. Another idea is to actually use those terms like infographics and data visualization in all of your titles. Right now, things like what is color doesn't really represent what you're about. I mean, yes, you guys are also designers, but I think you should always think in terms of the bigger category and then what the video is about specifically.
Yeah, I just sorted videos by most popular, and I think some of these maybe have a bit of paid backing behind them, like 42,000 views with 60 likes. But this one looks as if it's a fairly organic video, how to make an infographic in 5 steps. And I think all of these video titles at the top here have the word infographics in as a title, which seems to support what you're suggesting there, Jeremy. But all in all, I think a promising channel, which just needs to look at the thumbnails a little bit, make them more visual, and attack the strategy of infographics a bit more there. So we wish you the best of luck there, Venn Gauge, with your channel. And we'll move on to the next one here, which is Andy Triple H DX, I'm going to call this channel. Now, this is a bit of an interesting channel because we've had a bit of back and forth on Twitter, whereby this person was sending me images of him watching intently as we did live streams, and by random he's come up. So I'm just going to give you very briefly here, Andy, your new screenshot for me looking intensely and thinking about something as you have done in Twitter. That's going to mean absolutely nothing to anybody other than us two, so that's great live streaming. But Jeremy, let's go back to the channel itself. And what do you think? Yeah, I mean, everyone's just rolling their eyes there, but I like to have a connection with individuals in the community. What do we think of this channel, though, Jeremy? I'm a little bit confused as to what it's about from the channel banner versus the thumbnails, generally speaking.
Yeah, I mean, the channel banner definitely feels kind of like creepy with like red, like blood text and like this creepy forest. And then you have this bright, you know, a lot of yellow and red thumbnails. It totally looks completely different from the banner. I would say make sure it's cool to progress and, you know, do things differently, but make sure that all of your experiences, your titles and tags and descriptions and thumbnails and banners all kind of match your new brand, because it's just very disconnected right now.
I'm getting the feeling that this channel is about not necessarily YouTube growth, but improving your equipment for filming per se, looking at the and video editing a little bit, looking at the strong emphasis on microphones. We've got some lights here. I find this thumbnail here really intriguing, this cloned one, which someone stole my YouTube video. So is that a video about how to do this tactic of cloning yourself on a thumbnail, or is it about actually somebody stealing your video content? I think it's a really intriguing thumbnail either way. But then we have some random videos down here, like if we look at this one, Center Park's Executive Lodge, what do you get? How does that video in particular link to how to outline a person in GIMP for beginners? We've got photo editing there, UK holiday destination here. Feels like a bit of a personal channel, and I'm not sure where the direction is for the channel just yet. And also the thumbnails, Jeremy, would you agree that for a channel that's still small, 70 subscribers, I think there's a lot of experimentation going on here and lots of good fundamentals in terms of the heroes in the video. It's relatively simple. We can see it at a small size, but they're all disconnected from each other in terms of color, font, and anything else within the thumbnails. One
thing I want to talk about for like a minute is...
Go ahead.
I'm going to just get on my soapbox real quick. So this channel has 70 subscribers. One thing I want to say, like a lot of positive about this channel. One, that he is out there every week doing his thing, making videos.
2 or 3 times a week. Yeah.
Improving his thumbnails. And you know what? We, as people that have been doing this stuff a long time, we always have things to say.
You're so right. You're so right.
And positive about your channel growth. But remember, everyone on this live stream, remember that you are absolutely part of a journey, right? Being a creator is very difficult, from both mentally, physically, spiritually, in every capacity. Being a creator is extremely hard. And I feel like getting started is the hardest part. Now, Andy, we want you to find your focus. We want you to improve your thumbnails every week. We want you, to do the things we're saying, but we're also really proud of where you are, where you were, and where you're going. So as we are auditing all of you guys' channels, just remember you're part of a journey. Everyone has their own part or own, piece of that path that they're on. And don't let our words absolutely don't let our words like put you down. We're all about trying to get you to your next level, and everyone's on different levels. All right. off my soapbox.
And ladies and gentlemen, the award to best speech on a YouTube live stream in 2019 goes to Jeremy Vest. I think it's an excellent point. We always jump into how can we make a channel better rather than what it's already doing right. And you're absolutely right there, Jeremy. So yeah, Andy, great start. I think you've got it looks to be a focus now. Just building in more consistency and keep doing what you're doing, and you should start to see your subscriber count grow. I think there's some really intriguing thumbnails here, and more inventive ideas with a thumbnail is going to get one of them to go like viral, your viral moment, where it's a few thousand views, and that will be the one that really help you focus your channel. We'll move on to the next channel here, which is Dec Lin. Very close to 200 subscribers. Congratulations in advance when you hit that. And Jeremy, as I look at this channel, it looks to me as what you would describe as a TikTok/meme channel. And as a result of that, we have some very spiky views. Some here with like 7,000 views. One here about Sonic, 6,000 views. Another one with 3,000 views. So my big question to the video creator is all of this content being used appropriately as fair use, the meme strategy, or are you in danger of hitting potential copyright strikes and so on? Another thing is that your videos are all very, very short. So are you also distributing this content onto platforms which might be more relevant or appropriate, such as Twitter, Instagram stories, and so on? Those are my thoughts, Jeremy. Anything to add here? You often talk about these channels have to just try and find their way in the world of these sort of TikTok meme type things, and this channel has had a few successes in that area.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is definitely not your typical YouTube content. Sub 10-second content doesn't really work well on this platform typically.
Not usually, no, but I think this one's booking a trend a little bit. Yeah, it always can, right? There's always a way. But I'm just saying fundamentally, with videos based on watch time and, the way the algorithm works, typically sub 10-second videos do not work well on YouTube, and platforms like TikTok and Instagram, and other ones like Firework and new ones coming out every single day. They're just seem to do a lot better on those platforms. So I guess the question I would ask is, one, if you don't own the copyrights to these, then don't post them on YouTube if you want your YouTube channel to be around for a while. Yeah.
And two, what do you want to do when you grow up? I mean, if you're all about memes, YouTube's probably not the best place to be. At least it wouldn't be a native platform for me. A lot of people have this philosophy of YouTube first and then everything else second. And that's really what I believe in. I believe because YouTube's more like a library of content, it's a good starting point to make your content. And then like Gary Vee does, he slices it up into 30 different other platforms and other pieces of content, from blog posts to LinkedIn to Instagram. So my question is, what is your native platform? And just looking at this, I would say something like TikTok is probably more likely.
And I guess the counter idea might be, if you do continue to go down this meme route, you could put some memes together and create a compilation so the video is maybe 2 or 3 minutes long, and that might be more suited to the YouTube audience.
And those work super well on YouTube. I mean, Vines, old Vines and memes and TikToks on YouTube that are 2+ minutes long, they work phenomenally well.
But ultimately, it does go back to that general question: are you using this content appropriately within the YouTube's community guidelines, and community copyright guidelines? So bear that in mind as well. I just want to say thank you very much to Travis, Crypto Cruising, This Bites for You, Leron, and Christina Smallhorn, who were all really active in the moderators today. Thank you very much. I always appreciate your support. And just before we go any further, I forgot to do this, as always. If you do not get your channel audited today, then if you download the vidIQ Chrome extension, you will have this channel audit button here, which is kind of like me and Jeremy in digital form. It's a 24/7 YouTube consultant telling you everything that you're doing right and wrong with your channel. Now, at the moment, we're a little bit down on views because we've had some viral moments in previous months, but we're still doing relatively okay. This is telling us what videos are doing well. I'm starting to discover now, Jeremy, that a lot of people are interested in new tutorials for the new Creator Studio. So that's something we're focusing on right now and doing particularly well there. But there's all sorts of categories that tell us what we're doing well. Also, the darker area of YouTube, what you aren't doing so well on. So maybe you don't want to do as many of those videos. So lowest average watch time, lowest views, and all of this information all on a single page, which is your YouTube channel audit for your channel. If you download it from vidIQ Chrome extension, many elements of this are free, and please do check it out. But in the meantime, let's carry on with our auditing, and we're going to look at this channel here, which is Madan the Madman. 140 subscribers. And when I started to look at the titles for this channel, Jeremy, I gave pizzas to random persons, saying Simon 100,000 times, cooking egg with sunlight. Which channel do you think this feels a little bit familiar to?
PewDiePie, Mr. Beast.
Yeah, it definitely feels like perhaps the Asian Indian version of Mr. Beast, and I think that's a good idea to start your channel. And it seems like you've got some solid wacky out there ideas. My thoughts would be is that I think you've got the strategy down. The titles are fairly enticing, and Travis is in the moderator chat, and he'll go on about this to the end of time. Check Mr. Beast's thumbnails and look at how he creates those thumbnails, because they just transform every single video into something that you just have to click. Jeremy, if you just talk a little bit more about this concept, I'm going to bring up Mr. Beast's channel to help illustrate these thumbnails that we're talking about.
Yeah, you know, thumbnails, the design part of it's important, but the intrigue part is even more important. So giving someone a reason to click. It's like think of it like a comic strip. Now, some of these thumbnails from a design perspective, we could pick on these all day long. I don't think, you know, as a group, Mr. Beast thumbnails are very good. But
controversial.
But individually, they're some of the best thumbnails. Like the world's largest bowl of cereal, and and cereal. How amazing is that, right? Because you're gonna want to click on it and be like, "What? What is that? A dude's in cereal?" So, and then giving away money to, you know, physically seeing $10,000 is pretty insane. Homeless man buys a Lamborghini. So he's enticing people with these kind of clickbaity but really interesting reasons to click.
The funny thing about, like, when you say Mr. Beast is like kind of clickbaity, he always delivers on what he actually says in the titles, as unbelievable as that sounds.
Yeah, he does. And I'll tell you, like, to me, clickbait is when something doesn't deliver, like Rob just said.
Absolutely. We could do a live stream on that word itself,
Yeah, the top 10 reasons why Rob Wilson is awesome, and you deliver those top 10 reasons, it's not clickbait, it's just the truth. So you do have to kind of be careful. You know, newspapers and magazines have been doing this for hundreds of years. YouTube is not some new, you know, fandangled technology of a platform where we haven't been doing this as a society for hundreds and hundreds of years. So definitely want to take those practices in when you're making. It's not just about the keywords, it's about the keywords plus a reason to be intrigued and click.
Folks, I want to take time out of this live stream for you to now list the 10 reasons why Rob is awesome in the chat. And I will happily read them out. Just as people are writing out those wonderful things they're about to say about me, Jeremy, any final thoughts for this channel and, like, where can they go next? I just think the concepts and the ideas are pretty good. I think it's just working on those thumbnails to make them even more clickable.
I would say that to begin with, I really don't like this strategy because you don't have an audience. When Mr. Beast was small, when Mr. Beast was under 1,000 and 10,000 and 100,000 subscribers, he didn't do that this much. He actually had some YouTube motivation videos, and he had all of these other types of videos that would give someone a reason searching for something to watch his stuff. So I would say to begin with, I would split your time 50-50 on I call this search plus and passion plus intent. So I would find what people are searching for and then passionately do whatever you're going to do. but use words that people are searching for. And then as you get bigger, 10,000, 100,000 subscribers, then you can kind of let go of your keyword research and just make things that are funny.
Interesting feedback there from Jeremy. Okay, let's just take out the time out to have the Rob celebration intermission, which is the following. Rob is awesome. Top 1 trillion reasons why Rob is awesome. If you can think of all of them, do a live stream on it and just do it over the next 10 weeks, as however long that would take to say. Rob is awesome because he loves YouTube. Thank you from Travis there. Rob is awesome because he is cool from Case Animations Cuba. And that Lost Gaming #1 nice head is one of the reasons why I'm awesome. And any others? No, I think we got 6 there, so we're not quite at 10 there, but I really do appreciate everybody loving me there. Thank you very much. All
and
right,
how many people can pull off talking about themselves in third person on live video,
on a live stream while channel auditing other people's channels? This is Inception 3, the sequel of the sequel. All right, let's get back to some channels, Jeremy. Thomas Okay, let's try that again. Thomas Svitakor. I hope I pronounced your surname right. You have 150 subscribers, but you look as if you have a channel instantly when I see it of potentially thousands, tens of thousands. And why is that, Jeremy? Why do we look at this channel and instantly think, yeah, this looks like a channel with a lot of value in it?
I mean, it's, when we look at something, we kind of know it's good or bad. We don't know why it's good or bad, but we know it's good or bad. And when we look at this channel, it looks professional. One of the secrets to looking like a professional channel is your text and your images to have consistency. So even though these are different thumbnails, the consistency of the text, the consistency of the background colors, the consistency of the design fundamentally of these thumbnails make it, this is his channel.
Yeah, and I think something to add here at this point is, while it is consistent, there is variety in each formula. For example, look at this first one, orange background, but then black, white, grey. And if I move to this one, orange background, grey, white, black. So there's little changes here and there can make a huge difference on creating consistency, but also variety in each of the thumbnails, which I think is fantastic. Now,
and the color palette is different, but it's the same, right? Yeah. It's similar enough to where your brain doesn't even know. So it looks like a channel with 100,000 subscribers. He's answering questions people are asking on productivity and mindset and laziness, and honestly, it just seems like they're doing everything right.
So the next question is, this channel is, I guess, relatively new. Yeah, you're a year old, but you have about 40 videos out right now, 150 subscribers, all the fundamentals in place in terms of the channel. What is going to help this channel grow faster than it currently is, Jeremy?
Well, to know that, I would have to sort by most viewed.
Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to do and sort that by most viewed. I don't know why we're whispering, but
Jeremy
started me off on this. Okay, so the dark side of being ambitious and 10 unusual tips for success and how to stop worrying about what people think of you. I need to click on that one, definitely.
What's interesting is these first two titles definitely have that kind of clickbaity, intrigue approach more than even search intent. And I found that very interesting that, success tips or unusual success tips would be the keyword, right, in the second thumbnail here. However, 10 unusual success tips while running 35 kilometers. I'm not going to be running 35 kilometers.
Neither am I, no.
It's interesting. Like, I wonder if he had distribution or, obviously very high like to dislike ratio. So it's interesting that out of all of his very, very keyword rich titles, that the two biggest ones actually don't have that much search intent in them.
Interesting stuff there then from Thomas Svitokar. I think I've got your name around about nailed down. Now I'm just going to check the about section because I want to see that you are a life coach, you work with entrepreneurs, decision makers, managers. So we had to go into the about section there, Jeremy. Do you think that's something that's maybe a little bit hidden away? It could be brought out more in the thumbnails and the titles, or am I being a bit too picky there on what we say is a small channel which has some awesome fundamentals already in place?
Yeah, I mean, I think honestly, I think he has, if you go back up to the banner, I actually think he has too many messages right now. So okay is not enough.
Right.
Sounds cool, but it doesn't tell me what you do, what your channel is about, and why that matters. It is a good phrase, but it doesn't actually tell me anything. If you said something like, I help you become the best version of yourself, or become the best version of yourself, subscribe, that makes a lot more sense to me. So you're giving people the what your channel is about and why that matters to them specifically. Those are the two questions you should always ask, or answer rather, when you're making a banner, when you're making thumbnails, when you're talking about your channel, when you're linking to your channel and other social properties. You should always have this one sentence. You should be able to answer, hey, what's your channel about?
Yeah,
Rob, go ahead and let's just role play here. I'm going to ask you what vidIQ's channel is about. Go.
Our channel is about educating you on your YouTube journey, getting more views in less time. Subscribe, click the notification bell. Jeremy, what's your channel about?
I help motivate people.
Oh, he's stuttering. It's falling over. He can't do this. Pressure's on.
All right, here we go. You ready? I'm going to take two. I help people push their impossible by motivation.
Push their impossible by, what was that again? Push their impossible by
motivational videos. Love
it. That's a really intriguing value proposition. Folks, if you want to practice and give us your elevator pitches in the YouTube, in the live stream chat now, do so, and we'll read a couple out. I think that's a really interesting thing to think about. Like when somebody asks you about your channel, can you explain it in a sentence? And that's a big challenge, but it'll really help you focus what your channel's about if you haven't done so before. We'll read a couple out in a couple of seconds if anyone posts it. We'll just move on briefly to Chris MG Vlogs, a channel with over 200 subscribers. Congratulations to you. It's about culture, fitness and travel, and we'll take a look at some of those thumbnails in a couple of minutes. Let's just go to these elevator pictures then. So we have, let's see what we've got here. Life ladder. We start at the bottom and work our way up the ladder of life to the top. Okay, seems pretty good to me, that one. That good. Lost Gamer. I make custom levels and highlights in JSAB. Might want to explain what JSAB is. Sam, I'm the legend. I help people be a YouTuber and grow their YouTube channels with vidIQ. And Animarian Gamer, I make Brawl Stars tips for people to get better at the game. And Phelan Reacts, I do reactions and reviews for television, movies, and anime. Can you read any more there, Jeremy, or is it chat?
Yeah, Dr. Steen has Master Your Health. I really like that. That's a great one.
It's just simple, master your health, 3 words.
Yeah. Master your health.
So I think those are the ones which are the most powerful out there, where you have like an action and an action that influences something. I've really struggled to try and get one of those right, but yeah, master your health sounds brilliant to me.
I want to challenge all the mods to give us your one sentence. Leron, Travis, all the mods, do it right now.
I know what Leron's is. It's get faster Wi-Fi. It's a little in-joke there at the vidIQ right now. Video calling show. I talk and interview those who don't have interviewers knocking down their door. So I'm just... that type of value proposition, it's very says what it does on a tin. And I think once you have that elevator pitch, that's where you need to turn it into this really funky value proposition, isn't it, Jerry? Where it turns like, I help you understand your health to live a better life, becomes master your health. That's what we were talking about, isn't it? So it's almost like for the interview one, it's like unearthing tomorrow's heroes or something like that might be kind of where an interview style might go if you're trying to find people.
And really, like if you think about like for vidIQ, ours really has become the creator's journey, right?
Yeah.
So like we help creators on their journey to success. On my channel, push impossible is those two words that answer what the channel is about and why that matters to you. Now, when someone's asking me what my channel is about, it's motivation so you can push your impossible in life. But the 2 or 3 or 4 words is really important as well. And I think Dr. Steen did a great job. Liron has a good one too. I think it's make tech simple or something like that. I missed it here. I did it a minute ago, but yeah, great job. And then Travis has one. Oh, he just said hi. Never mind.
That is Travis's value proposition. Hi. Okay. Now, I do apologize here to Chris MG, who is probably flipping out thinking that your channel wasn't going to get audited. So let's get back to the channel audits now, Jeremy. Vlogging channel, 3 potential focuses, 200 subscribers, channel that's starting to grow, looking at the view counts, which seem quite healthy for a small channel, several videos above their subscriber range. We always like to see that. What sort of signals can we take from what we have here?
Because there's Christmas and vlogging and I mean, there's just so much going on.
Yeah.
The first place I want to start is sorting by most popular.
As we often do, yeah, when there's several topics on a channel.
And one thing I found that was interesting is when you talk about, is it Grenada? Is that how you pronounce that? Grenada? So it seems like when you talk about places like Senegal and Grenada and St. George, they seem to do better than most of the rest of your content. So I wonder if you could do more videos on Grenada, day trips and best places to travel and things like that. So you have a lot of travel videos, but it seems like your specific travel videos do the best.
Yeah, cultural travel, I guess, if you want to try and combine these two. Fitness, I couldn't really see anything immediately jumping out which was successful for your content there.
Now, there are some fitness travel vlogs that are doing well.
Okay.
So if you wanted to take 2 passions and merge them into one thing, you could. It would just make it more niche. And, the thing is, it would be okay to have 50,000 subscribers instead of 5 million if you had that big of a focus. So it doesn't really necessarily, numbers don't really matter, but I would just match what people are searching for with the intent of your passion. And if you can really do that, if it's traveling and fitness, then do both. Otherwise, just do one or the other.
Just picked out a good example here, Jeremy. Day 1 of a fitness vlog, it looks like 90 views. Day 2, 90 views. Epic 2-mile walk around a beach or a travel sort of video, 1,000 views. I think that's a good representation of taking travel as a focus, but you can then, it's almost like culture and fitness may underpin them and you can bring them into the video. So getting people to click might be your travel aspects, but then you have fitness and potentially culture within the video content itself. And I think one final thing that we must quickly say is thumbnails, a little bit chaotic, different fonts, not much consistency. If we look back again to Thomas, that could be a good example of how you might want to build up a color scheme with your videos, just so that when we look at this video versus this video versus this video, I can't tell that they're from the same video creator. And that's ultimately what you want to be achieving with branding and consistency. But generally speaking, Chris MG, I think you've got a channel that's building here quite nicely. You just need to determine what your strong focus is on your channel. All right, we'll move on to, here we are, Sam, I am the legend. Okay, that's nice of you to know that you're the legend, and you are starting a channel here very recently. Hey, look at this, Jeremy, 2 days ago. Wow, they posted 3 videos on 2 days ago, and then another one yesterday. 8 subscribers. And be a YouTuber and grow your channel. So this looks like a channel which is about what we do, helping people grow their channel. So as somebody who's just starting out on this journey, we've got a channel banner.
2 days ago, that's awesome.
Yeah, 2 days ago. Awesome that you're starting this journey. Where might we, I think the first fantastic thing to say is you started a channel and you've already got focus. You have an intent to help people grow their channels. And I think one of the interesting ways to do this is you can tell people about your journey while you're doing this. So I think the next video might be, if a couple of people subscribe to this channel, like how I got to 10 subscribers. Because I know a lot of video creators like to see that journey from a YouTuber, a very small one, seeing how they got to 10 subscribers, 50 subscribers, actually celebrating those milestones within the content. I think you want to maybe start practicing with custom thumbnails, because it looks as if you're just taking a static image from the video. That might mean you need to verify your account if you haven't already done so. Verifying your account means that you Google sends you a text message to confirm that it is your account, and then it gives you access to custom thumbnails, which is one of the most powerful tools on YouTube, uploading for more than 15 minutes, and live streaming if you are on a desktop. So those are where I'd be going. Jeremy, what about you? Anything else that can help this video creator start their journey?
Yeah, maybe if you visually make it more about come grow with me, like let's do this together.
Yeah.
You know,
let's like go.
I'm starting from the bottom and like come with me, you know, come on my journey with me and let's learn together. Let's do this together. I think that might be a better angle than teaching people how to become a YouTuber and growing your channel with 8 subscribers is
there is a question of authority there, isn't there?
Right.
And so you can deliver exactly the same content, but just tweak the pitch to the audience.
There's a lot of channels about weight loss with people that own the channel that are very overweight. So there's a way to do it where you don't necessarily have to be the authority to begin with, but you could be long-term, right? So there's a person that she was like 300 or 400 pounds and now she's super fit and she has her own fitness business and she helps people transform their lives. But she started off more of a come on this journey with me and let's get fit together.
Sam, I'm the legend. We hope you are soon going to be Sam. I have 10 subscribers in the upcoming days. Good luck with your YouTuber journey. We will be there to support you. Next channel is That Lost Gamer. I think this was the person who was talking about their value proposition earlier. I think JSAB, yeah. So, Jeremy, do you have any idea what JSAB is?
Nope.
Not a clue, me neither. I'll check the about section. And it's still JSAB. I thought this was... Here we go. Just Shapes and Beats. So I think that's the name of the game. I think the first question here, Jeremy, is to ask, what is the actual search term for this? Is it JSAB? Or is it just Beats and Shapes? So I'm just going to do a quick search for both of these and see what type of results come up. Wow, this seems like a very popular game at the moment. 6 million views for a channel with 50,000 subscribers. Wow, 1.2 million views for a channel. Well, okay, so this is an emerging genre of gaming. Absolutely. If people are thinking, what's the next Fortnite? This could potentially be one. I've not seen this before. Have you seen this? It's like a shelf of
no, I have
videos
not
of it.
Seen that.
This seems like a new feature. Anyway, I'll just go back and
actually, I have seen that before with high interest topics that have low volume.
Right. Okay. And then JSAB is pretty similar. Okay. So there's a channel. Right. So channels here with 38 subscribers, 13,000 views. So there's all sorts of potential here. I think then, Jeremy, going back to our hero channel in this case, thumbnails are probably going to be key. Thumbnails such as that one, I think, which is really powerful and impactful because it is so simple compared
I would
to
also
other ones.
have just Beats and Shapes and JSOB and
yeah, almost have them both in there as well.
Yeah, I would.
So yeah, just looking at the view counts and the thumbnails. I mean, for That Lost Gamer, I would say it seems like your main focus is this game, but you occasionally divert into other. Is that the same game? I'm not quite sure because the color scheme's a bit different. Just Shovels and Just Shovels and Knights. So there's Just Beats and Shapes and Just Shovels and Knights. Some strange video game titles going on around here, but yeah, I mean, we want a channel here, Jeremy, basically where all the thumbnails look pretty similar to this color scheme, don't we? Or like these ones here, and maybe just cutting out the videos from the other games, which you may want to do, but probably just aren't doing anything for your channel right now. But certainly the channel has got into a niche market. and just try and hit this topic as often as possible. Look at the new features that are in the game, the secrets that nobody else knows of that you think you could tell better than anybody else, or bigger, longer versions of videos that give you lots of tips and tricks. We've done a channel about a gaming, how to start a gaming channel. You've already started it and you've already established yourself, but there's probably a few tips that you can take from that. But this looks like a fantastic channel with great potential here, Jeremy. Would you agree?
Absolutely. And by the way, the Doberman guy is back.
Oh, hey! Hello. Sorry, I mean, let me just tell you, folks, the Doberman guy, he was our original gangster moderator who moderated our channel for like 6 months by himself. And in the olden days, he was sending channels my way. He was going through the live streams, picking up the channels and sending them directly to me before we had this Google form that we have. And it's fantastic to see you back. I know you, I think YouTube just wasn't sustainable, even though his channel was growing a lot. I think YouTube had some issues with modulated voices narration on his channel, and I think the YouTube income couldn't sustain him. Sorry if I'm telling your life story here, Doman, but then I think you had to go back to work. But it's fantastic to see you in the live stream again, and yeah, welcome back. Even if you don't have time to moderate, we do still appreciate all the work you did in the early channel audit days. Right, let's move on to the next channel that we are auditing, which is R3D Gaming, Red's Third Dimension Gaming. Jeremy, you have some experience with how to create thumbnails that involve animation. So give us a lowdown on what this channel is doing right and maybe where they could improve their channel. 66,000 subscribers, but I think that's generally driven by some videos in the past that got tens of millions of views. So they're kind of working at a slightly smaller base, but still seems to be pretty consistent content in animation.
Would you mind sorting by most?
Yeah, you just want to take a look at what videos drove traffic.
Yeah, there. I want to see specifically the thumbnails that drove them.
So there's 3 big ones. Well, 4 big ones over 1 million views here.
Yeah. So Reddit. Okay. So one suggestion I would have for this creator is to actually go to, I did all the strategy for Funimation. Funimation's a YouTube channel with 2.6 million subscribers. I did the custom thumbnail strategy as well, and definitely look at it. But kind of some of the principles are a lot of action like you're doing, but really big faces, eyes, expressions, emotions, excitement, the 3 or 4 E's, however you want to say it. I would just make the faces like that one a whole lot bigger so that people can subconsciously feel the connection of the emotion and excitement and engagement in those thumbnails. It's extremely important. A lot of people don't understand that even in animation and cartoons and drawings, that people's faces can still be subconsciously connected to a human. So even animals. So it's very, very important to just have those faces a lot bigger. I think you're doing a great job with colors, but I would like to see those colors have just a lot more similarities. I'd like the fonts to be more similar, bolder, and it's not about text. One thing I can tell you is text doesn't really mean anything in these at all. It's more about the action and the excitement.
Especially when it says things like chapter 2 and chapter 6. I don't think really anybody cares to see that in a title, do they? And I would just,
it could be in a title, but not a thumbnail.
Sorry, in a thumbnail, yeah. I was just hovering over the some of the thumbnails here, and I think these are 2 good examples of where there's just too much going on. Too many characters, too many faces. What should my eye be drawn to? Whereas this one, it's very clear because we've got one hero in shot and there's a darkened background, so it contrasts well with the foreground and the background. So thumbnail, and but again, maybe just get rid of the text because it feels redundant in the thumbnails. So that is Red Third Dimension Gaming there. Good luck with your continued YouTube adventures, and we're going to now look at a family vlogging channel here. I love that channel banner, Jeremy.
Yeah,
do you think maybe needs just some sort of very small value proposition there, which maybe might help or might detract from it? I'm not sure.
I will say that even without a value proposition, I feel like I feel the vibe of this family, like all happy, and that, you know, Peter McKinnon does this very well. Having like a whole scene of a very wide image, I think is amazing. And this is one of my favorite channel banners I've ever seen, honestly.
Yeah, let's just have a look. I'm just going to zoom into these thumbnails because these look super powerful.
Yeah.
These. Channel with 3,000 subscribers and getting fairly healthy views. So looks generally good in terms of a channel focus. Sorry, Jeremy.
This channel looks like a 1 million sub channel to me. For a lot of reasons, but the biggest is just the photography. You can tell that he's clearly taking still images.
Yeah, that one just it draws you in, doesn't it? It's that one there. It's
and
fantastic.
He's also using some type of techniques. I don't know if he has like an app to do this or if he's using the high pass filter and Photoshop, but he's definitely taking his time to make those thumbnails really pop. The saturation, the color, the sharpness, the crispness. There's just a quality to these thumbnails that most don't have. Do you guys see that? Do you guys see like how the color pops, how the emotional, the eyes, the engagement? It's really, really interesting to develop a character in a movie or in a book or in a YouTube, video series. So I think you guys could learn a lot from these thumbnails. I think this is kidding. I mean, I've seen family vlogging channels with a lot worse thumbnails and titles and banners than this with 5-6 million subscribers.
I think this is a really good representation of how you want to tease a viewer. Like the moment just before something huge happens in the video itself, the shock reaction, and like the scissors, like there's so many things feeding into what your brain's telling you is going to happen. You got to click to find out what the payoff here and how the hair looked afterwards. And maybe in the intro of this video, I'm sure there's maybe the scissors are going near the hair or something. I can imagine, as you say, Jeremy, there's so many fundamental things going right with this channel that perhaps by the end of the year, it should have 10,000 subscribers, but if it has a viral video, we could be talking tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, couldn't we?
Yeah, and my recommendation to you guys, could you sort by most viewed real quick?
I certainly can, sir.
My recommendation to you guys is collab.
Collab. Oh, interesting.
Collab. Do as many collabs as you can because people that watch family vlogs know other family vloggers. A good friend of mine here in Dallas, Texas is Scott and Camber. They just crossed 300,000 subscribers. And honestly, they knew a lot of their friends were big family vloggers. And they would get advice from those people. And then, they're doing the same thing with 300,000 subscribers. Now they're bringing up the next generation of family vloggers. So it's just this big, amazing, beautiful community of people. There's some of the greatest, people we've met in this industry, honestly, and they're this big community of people that do family vlogs. I'd get to know as many as you can. I would do as many collabs as I could with them, and I really do believe that is the secret to making it big. Once a channel with 1 million subscribers or 500,000 subscribers shares your videos or does a collaboration with you, it's just a lot easier for their audience to come into your world.
I think I may have spotted what might be the underpinning topic for this channel, although it is vlogs. Haircuts. That seems to be the one that whenever you do something around that, facial manipulation, I might call it, because there's also shaving here as well. That's not... That sounds terrible. Facial manipulation. I mean, when you're cutting hair. I'm just waffling here. It's the usual thing I do here.
So one thing I would say is cute girls' hairstyles is the best in the world at hair tutorials. But now in the last few years, they've actually done a lot of hair-related blogs or vlogs. I would definitely study cute girls' hairstyles. I do like the idea of having a theme within a vlog because as you're small, 3,000 subscribers is not small, by the way, but compared to some family vloggers, as you're building up your audience, having, again, passion, your family vlog with the intent of search, hair stuff, could be very powerful to get started.
Now, one other thing I want to say is that these I've sort of buy all this video. So even though this video creator we think is absolutely fantastic, they've worked damn hard at this. They've been working on it for over a year and they still haven't hit the YouTube algorithm per se, but we think, to me, Jeremy, this feels like a channel where the coil is being pushed, the spring and the coil is being pushed back, and It could be tomorrow, it could be next month, it could be the end of a year. There's one video that's just going to go pop, and that's going to launch it into the next phase of its journey. And you can see the thumbnail evolution here. Even though these thumbnails are generally good, I think they've just improved even more, haven't they? I mean, these are pretty good for a channel starting off.
Yeah, definitely just got better used to the high pass filter and just got better. I do want to get on my soapbox for a minute. So the Doberman guy just posted recently that a year ago he had 137 subscribers. Now he's at 17,000, and he's definitely telling people don't give up. Tips that he's learned here and other places has really helped him. One of our employees who's in the chat here, Leron, when I met him last year. Do we have to
talk about him again? Go on.
So when I met him last year, Leron had about 6,000 subscribers. He just crossed 35,000 subscribers this weekend. 2 or 3 weeks ago, he was at 17,000 subscribers, and a video that he did 4 months ago just took off. Randomly, no warning, literally just took off. And then yesterday he was selected by YouTube to be, what is it called?
Yeah.
Creator on the rise.
Creator on the rise, yeah.
So how amazing is that? You know, Leron doesn't have any special tips or tricks working at vidIQ that you guys don't have access to. He's just been hustling for 1 billion years. And he's just literally, you know, all his luck only took like 10 years to get him to pop. When people talk about luck on YouTube, people do get lucky. But most of the people I know, they work every week, you know, very, very methodically, and they eventually things pay off for them.
The harder you try, the luckier you get. I think that's a quote from Gary Player. Well, just to quickly talk about this a bit more. This was a video that Leron made 3 months ago, and it was just doing the standard for his channel, and then it blew up about a week and a half ago. Unbelievable, and nearly 1 million views. But the crucial thing here is, everybody, look what he did in response to that. The video was about how to get faster Wi-Fi, faster internet. So he has, for the time being, pivoted his channel. This one here, 15,000 views. Another one here, 25,000 views, 14,000 views, 5,000 views. Another one that went live yesterday, 1,000 views. He's doubling down on the content that's brought him success. And I say this time and time again, and people say, I don't want to be pigeonholed into a particular topic. Well, okay, if you don't want to be known as the master, the authority, the YouTube's ambassador on one topic, that's fine. But as well as serving an audience, you also need to serve the YouTube algorithm sometimes, just to give your video your channel a boost. And in the long run, Leron might take the adventures somewhere else that's a little beyond faster Wi-Fi and internet. But it's an incredible story. I've seen it repeated dozens of times now when people do this. Going back to this channel a bit then, Jeremy, I just wanted to touch on something which may be an issue, and it is capitalized titles. And this channel also includes vlog number, blah, de blah. Now, I would say I'm fine with a vlog number in, because crucially, they don't include the vlog number in the thumbnail, so it's not repeating that. Any thoughts about capitalized thumbnails? Seems to be sort of a myth or a discussion about if you use capitalized titles, YouTube will penalize you. Now, I don't think that's necessarily the truth. I think what YouTube are saying is that the audience generally reacts negatively to capitalized titles. So any general thoughts on this currently as it stands for this channel?
I am torn on capitalization.
I am too, yeah.
And, you know, one of the channels I kind of help on the side here and now is Braille Skateboarding. They have 4 million subscribers, and they always capitalize every single title they ever do. Yeah. And they have 4 million subscribers. So clearly, like, they're not getting penalized. They're the biggest skateboard channel in the world. What I started doing on my own channel recently to demystify this for myself is I'm doing 1 or 2 words at the beginning capital and the rest of them not capital.
Okay.
I want to just multivariate test and see if I do one with and without, you know, what's going on there. What I found through my research on this is I don't think you're actually getting penalized. Like you said, YouTube is telling us that people may not take you as serious.
Yeah. All right, so that's our thoughts on capitalization. I think generally for this channel, I wouldn't change it. Maybe just change it as Jeremy would say, a multivariate test. But the strategy seems to be working, and including emojis in titles as well. That's always an intriguing strategy. Maybe just analyze how emojis affect your titles in the positive or the negative. All right, we spent a lot of time talking about this vlog channel, but I think it was worth it because we went into a deep discussion about many of the fundamentals of being a successful video creator from this channel, and we wish you the very best of luck. If you get 10,000, 50,000 subscribers, we want you to come back on the channel and we can just sort of look at the evolution, the video that triggered everything for the more and merrier vlogs. And I think that's actually the first time I've actually said their channel name right at the end of the audit. Ghost Artoris.
Exactly.
Ghost Artorias. I don't know. Okay. 20,000 subscribers. Sorry. We're an hour in and I'm losing the power to pronounce slightly unusual channel names. All right, Jeremy. I'm looking at what looks to be a tutorial animation channel, and I can see plenty of animation tutorials on sprite animation. My question was one here from a month ago that got 183,000 views.
Wow.
And the channel has doubled down on that with more sprite animation as the keyword. So that's fantastic to see. Yeah, what do you think of this one? Everything seems to be pretty good here. Maybe just tweak the thumbnails a little bit, and there's repetition in the thumbnails as well. So maybe we can see some thumbnails of like an animation half complete in the thumbnail. We talked about this last week with the Power Rangers 3D printing helmets, where we always saw the final product, which looked like a toy, and we wanted to see like the in-between phase. Am I going anywhere with this, Jeremy? Or
I you know, it's interesting to me is they used the word in-game in this video that went viral.
Yes.
I'd love to click. Can you click on that video? I want to kind of just get a sense of what's going on in these videos. Why did this video get 183,000 views?
So it looks like hoodies. What is Anime Wars? Oh, that looks like a bit of an advert to begin with.
Yeah, maybe skip around. Because I don't even see like... Maybe they made this animation.
So yeah, it kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Wow. If it is, phenomenal work.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Fantastic. And I guess, I hope all of this doesn't get us any copyright strikes. I guess these follow-up videos were actually how they did the animation. So yeah, it looks as if this was how it was all made piece. So that's an interesting... I mean, we often talk about animators and people in this in this genre where it takes me months to animate something. So how can I keep my audience engaged once I've completed this animation? And this video creator looks to be following the idea of curating some of their content, like the behind the scenes. You've seen this amazing flag piece hero content. Now we're going to create some tutorial community content behind it to support it while I work on my next big animation.
Yeah, I would say whatever you're doing, keep on doing it. You're doing a great job. I'm not 100% sure if you won't get copyright strikes if your characters look too similar to the original characters.
Or the music and the sound effects included.
You definitely want to be careful. And now that you've had so much success with this animation war in-game animation, I would just keep on doubling down every day, every week, and just figuring out ways that people engage with you the most. So basically the next video I would make, I would ask your audience what they want.
And that brings to a conclusion another Channel Audit Tuesday live stream. Apologies if we didn't touch your channel today, but I think, Jeremy, we got a lot of value out of some really varied channels there. Some really fantastic stuff. I think from every single channel that we looked at, they all deserved a bit of extra investigation to find out a little more. So yeah, this is the Tuesday Channel Audit live stream here at vidIQ. If you didn't get your channel audited, then please do make sure to check us out next week where we would audit your channel. We'll play the game as always. Jeremy, how many people do you reckon submitted channels to be audited by the end of this live stream?
200.
217, so you weren't far off on your second attempt. Folks, if you enjoyed this video, please do give us a thumbs up. We really do appreciate the engagement. If you haven't already subscribed to vidIQ, then why on earth haven't you done so? Because you'll get 5 pieces of content every single week here at vidIQ, including live streams today, a webinar tomorrow, Q&A on a Thursday. We do Mondays, we do videos on a Monday and a Friday. And would you believe it, we've also got a podcast. Our moderator, Liron, talks to some of the industry's leading figures in YouTube every single Thursday. And Carla is our resident scripts, our resident writer. I was trying to think of a fancy word to describe Carla, but she does all of the awesome articles that we have here on the vidIQ website, which is vidIQ.com/blog. Did I get that right, Jeremy? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I'm in the right place? Yeah. And we will say goodbye to the following people that include GUI Games, Excel, Gabriel, Anya, Allspark TV. I'm going to try and pronounce this name. Alpen Milch, I think that was. And then Case, Animators, Cuba, and Stream Basic. Jeremy, who else are we also saying goodbye to?
We have You Do It, one of my favorite channels to watch, actually. It's cool that you're in the house here. Slave Guard, I can't pronounce your name. Stream Basic, Skylar the Creator, JT Gaming, Real Life DJ, PCW Forever, Game Hulk, Scottish Sailing. All right, I'm done.
Oh, you were on a roll there, Jeremy. Thank you to You Do It, Christina Smallhorn, the Doberman Guy, Crypto Cruising, Magdalena Helena, Liron and Travis. Well, that's a phenomenal number of moderators who've been in the house today. We really do appreciate your time. And you've just spent the most important currency that you have, and that is time with vidIQ today. I hope we repaid you back with some value. And we'll see you again soon. Enjoy the rest of your video making day. Time to wave awkwardly. Bye for now.